Okay, so for Thanksgiving, I decided that um, rather than cook something when I went to my family's, I was going to make a gift basket. And I love my family very much, and I pay very close attention what they like. And each year, what they like kind of changes. So this year, it's all been about like coffee. They're all about their coffee. So over the past couple months, as I shop, I see little things here and there, and I keep a mental note about them. So I decided to put together a coffee gift basket sampler. And to start off, let's start with the coffee. So I went to Fresh and Easy, and they have these little organic bags. There's those samplers like French Roast and the Espresso Dark and the House Blend, which is medium, and then a French Roast, a decaffeinated dark, which my aunt will like because she likes decaf. And they're all organic, so that's nice. And then there's this brand new. I just saw it. Don't know anything about it, but they had assorted varieties of different flavors. I like that green one because it looks tropical and imported. And then as we move on, then we have like some creamers. They're nothing crazy. They're just like the creamers that you get at like Denny's or something like that. But the French vanilla ones there, and I thought this is really cool. Almond Joy from the candy. It's gonna have a little bit of that coconut taste to it. And then from there, we have the uh, what are these things again? You add them, they're like a syrup or something like that, and you add them to your coffee to give it that little je ne sais quoi. So, there's caramel, vanilla, and hazelnut. And I thought that was really good. And then I thought, some goodies would be nice to include as well because it's a gift basket. So I saw these Mrs. Fields cookie dough bonbons. And I tried them and they are delicious. They're absolutely delicious. In fact, I tried too many of them. But I want to make sure that I saved one each for the gift basket. A little bag of the Linder chocolates and two different types of the chocolate seashells. And then we have an item that I thought was really, really cool that I saw and I had to buy a bunch of. They're only $1 each and they're at Fresh and Easy and they are coffee stirs. And they are like different types of chocolate candies and on a stick, and you put them into your coffee, and it'll sweeten it up, and at the same time give it a really cool, like fun type of sweet flavor. So like the pink ones are a peppermint, a white chocolate peppermint, and then the purple ones here are a chocolate raspberry. The red ones are dark chocolate peppermint, and then the brown ones are cafe latte. So I think those will be like a real huge treat, especially like cold winter mornings, have a little sweet coffeeness action. And then I picked up a small bag of imported sugar. If you've ever been to Latin America, you know that the sugar tastes different. And I lived in Central America, and there's a huge difference in the sugar. And recently, I noticed like stores are starting to carry this same type of sugar. I've even seen like how it's been made, and they do it out in the open, not in a closed factory or anything like that. It's really natural, the process that is. And then I have some decorations, two little pumpkins, some flowers, and I picked up this kind of like velvet cutout, and I'm gonna see where I can work this in. I don't have any glue sticks, and I don't even have any tape. I'm gonna have to see if I can find some tape around here. And then I've got the gift basket paper or plastic that is, and it's got print on it, which I thought was really great. I got this at the 99-cent store, and I was just like, this is a total score because I was gonna go to an arts and crafts store instead, but this worked out even better. And then what was it? Oh, and last but not least, of course, I got some potpourri. I wanted to keep with the fill, so I got some apple cinnamon, uh, uh, kind of like it's got twigs and leaves and shells and stuff like that. Uh, Scented potpourri, and then of course the basket, which I got at a thrift store, and it took me a whole like 2 minutes to find it, and it only cost a couple bucks, which is great. Now with the flowers, I'm going to just weave them into the basket, and originally I was going to take some wire cutters and just cut off a stem per stem, but then I remembered how much my aunt loves to decorate with these flowers. So I figured I'm just going to leave them intact. That way she can play around with them afterwards, however she feels that she'd like to. So, that's all the things that I have for the gift basket. And next is to put together the gift basket. First, I took the three flowers that I had and I just kind of propped them up in the corner because I didn't cut them like each flower one by one and weave it through. So I just propped them up against the side, and then I took a wire twist tie, like the kind that you find on loaves of bread or when you buy fruits and veggies in the supermarket. Excuse me. And then I just tied them up in the back, and I was able to, there we go, I was able to just like weave them through easily because they're flat, and just twist and tie, and then that was it. So that was actually pretty simple. It wasn't that hard. And since they are obviously going to be the back part of the basket, I just have them as just the back of like the whole action that's going to be going on. Kind of like they're growing out of the back. Now, normally when you make a gift basket, you just like kind of crumple up some paper, or you even get like some styrofoam and you put it in the bottom. But since I got a lot of stuff and I got some bulky stuff, I figure I'm just gonna put that at the bottom. So, like these, these personal coffee creamers, these one-time creamers, they're perfect for the bottom right now because they're just gonna be in the way anyways, and they don't actually need to be displayed. They're just a nice contribution. So now I've taken the potpourri and I've kind of just used it to fill in the cracks and the crevices around. And I took the bonbons and I just stuck them in the side because they're bulky, and they just need to be there, not necessarily be that displayed because the priority is the coffees and stuff. Okay, so now I have the coffee in there, and I have the syrups, and it's starting to look a little crowded. But it's okay because with the more stuff that goes in there, they're just gonna be smushed in and pressed against each other and kind of flour out. Now we're getting to the part where it's just time to just start filling up the basket with all the goodies. You've got a base, you've got the big stuff, and now it's time to just start putting all the smaller stuff in there. So, now I've got the seashells on the side, I've got the organic coffee, the imported sugar, and, now I'm just going to start. I got the chocolate seashells, and now I'm just going to start, like, putting in the coffee stirs, there's the other chocolate, and, another thing you can do is just kind of, like, pour in some of the potpourri so it has, like, that, kind of autumn, fall look to it all over the place. And, just kind of move it around just to fill in the cracks because, you want to build a consistency. And having the potpourri is really good because when people do open the basket, and the basket could have been like, the plastic could be closed for just an hour, just 30 minutes, but that time that the potpourri's been in there, it's created its own little environment of which in this case would be apple cinnamon essence to it. And then it just goes to work. The moment they open up the basket, it really fills up the room, and it's really nice. All right, so now everything's in the basket. The velvet cutout like ribbon, I just kind of like wrapped it around gently around the handles, just to drape it over everything, give it that little je ne sais quoi. All the goodies are in the basket. Just kind of stuck anything everywhere I possibly could, just to give it that nice, full, heavy, just great look to it. And now I'm gonna finish the last phase. Very, very, very important that you not be cheap when it comes to the amount of the plastic that you're willing to use when you wrap the basket, simply because not all plastic wrapping paper is made equal. Some of it tears easily, some of it you thought you had a lot more in the roll than you did, and you try to tackle too many projects with just one roll. If you go to arts and crafts store, you can get stretchy, which is the best, and I highly recommend. Sometimes you get shrink wrap as well, and you can even get plastic bags that already have, um, the right size to it, so you just sit it in the plastic bag and decide at the top. But in this case, I got lucky. Well, we'll find out how lucky I got. When I went to the 99-cent store, and this one already had Thanksgiving patterns already on it. So I was just gonna go with just a normal clear one, but this one already had Thanksgiving patterns. It's even better. So wish me luck. Okay, so after lots of struggling and trying to figure out how to make this work, I am done. Uh, FYI, double-sided tape, if you can remember to get it, which I did not, can be your best friend when wrapping anything, from presents to baskets. I used a little piece of that velvet to create a little tie at the top instead of using like a streamer or something like that. And you can't see in the basket anymore because of all the patterns on the plastic, but if you were here, it would look pretty cool. So now I'm just looking forward to seeing the look on my family's face when I give it to them this evening, this Thanksgiving evening. Hopefully in the future I'll make some more of these videos, and I'll be better at it then. Have a happy Thanksgiving.